Hello and welcome to another Bodgit and Leggit video. This is just a quick update on Brian's car, what we've done, what we've got left to do, and because we can't film it all because like most of it is just wire and it's kind of boring. But what we've done different to before is we've got an alternator light. We've also got a switch for the MT XL,
air fuel ratio,
which is the air fuel ratio here. So we just put that in a separate switch because sometimes what can happen is if your car isn't running properly or if it's trying to heat up, we want the car to be heated first before we physically switch it on, because it can just save the sensor.
and sometimes you're messing around and you're not even starting the car.
Yeah, so you know we don't want it on or heating up when we don't need it. So we've got fuel pumps working with the ECU, which I'll show you in a second. We've got the fans working, oil pressure. We've got speed sensors for the racing dash. So if I turn on the actual dead man switch now, what we can do is we can individually control our fans, our wipers, and our pumps, as you can hear now. And this is a fan. Hopefully you hear that on camera. And our wiper, we need a new wiper motor, so I'm not going to switch that on. But when I turn the ignition on, you will hear the fuel pump prime for a couple of seconds and then switch off. So let me just see if I can get this on camera. So if I... Hopefully you heard that. What I'll do is I'll just put you back down to here. Just lift up that for me. Now, so that primes, that does everything it's supposed to do. So we just got to connect a couple of wires from there to the actual dash to get everything working there, and obviously tidy up a lot of the wires here. We've got more switches to come here. We've got 12-volt cigarette lighters. We've got USB cables. We've got all sorts of coming here because it's just handy. And let's show you what we're doing inside the engine bay. So we have a few things going on inside the engine bay. We've got an IAC motor here, a stepper motor from a 20 valve, which we're going to put in. That's just going to help us. And we've also got the control here for the ECU. So this is auxiliary out. So this is going to be controlling that motor from our ECU. So our tuning and everything, we can just, you know, dial it in a hell of a lot better. And the other thing we've been doing is what Brian wants is, he wants to be able to basically tell the ECU where the cam is, but we haven't really, you know, with the way this engine's set up, we don't really want to be like drilling holes and putting other sensors in. So what we've done is, to make our life easier, and there's already a hole there, we've got a distributor. And what we're going to do with the actual distributor, you can see it's all been gutted, so everything's been taken out apart from the top sensor. So we're not using this as a normal distributor because obviously we've got coil on plugs. We're just using this as like a synchro for our top cam compared to our bottom crank. Right, so what we've got here is an AE92 distributor out of a Corolla. It's a 24 teeth and it's only got one trigger point. That's why we can use it as a sync. So our ECU essentially can see one full revolution of our cam. And you can just see, well, we'll show you when we actually get it set up properly. But the other one, the one from the AE86, has 4 trigger points, and we can't use it in this particular application. And like I said, we're not using this as a distributor. This is not controlling our spark or anything like that, because we've got sequential spark on this, which is controlled by our ECU coil on plugs. This is just so the ECU can see the cam, and then we can do a lot more tuning from there. So that's what we're doing. We're going to get all this wired in, buttoned in, and then we're going to do a base map. We will show you the base map because there's a lot to do with the base map. We just need to, you know, set everything and just kind of get this so it's physically starting. It's never going to sound right, and then we have to take it to a tuner to get everything, you know, properly dialed in. But once we've got the likes of this, the IAC valve and stuff like that, the tuner can see everything. He can tune it, and we can essentially get more power, and it's just a lot more reliable. And we can just, well, the more stuff the ECU can see, the easier it is, and you know, the more power we can get out of it. Sorted. One of the reasons we're actually doing this is because once we've got this in, once the computer can see the cam, we can put sequential injection, which, like everything, you know, it's only a couple of % difference, but hey, a couple of % is a couple of %. It's nice and easy to do, and that's why we're doing it. And also, the main thing is it sounds cool saying sequential injection. Well, I think it does anyway. Right, so what we're doing is we've just hooked up the drill to spin this faster. We've just hooked up the scope, and I'm going to get Brian to spin the drill. Go for it. Boom, there we go. So we can now see one revolution, or the ECU will be able to see one revolution, and we'll be able to get sequential injection. Boom! Sequential injection sorted.
Cool.
So that's a very quick update of what we've done, what we still need to do. There's still a long way to go on this. We are at a crucial stage of this project, 80-20. So in other words, we're 80% of the way done with 20% left, which takes 80% of the time, which is 100% accurate. So these little things always take the longer. The big things like removing engines, putting gearboxes in, or doing that, that's easy. The little things take the most time, and that's where we're at the minute. Only 20% of the project left, but it's going to take us 80% of the time. And it's very true. So that's where we're at this at the minute. We've still got a lot of things to do, but you can see just how much it is changing, you know, with the new dash. Once we get all our new switches and stuff in, once we tidy up all the wires and we get our new stickers on there and everything, you know, obviously get proper seats and all that, it's just going to look a million times better. But that's where we're at. That's what we got to do. Brian is just putting that back in. I'm going to be scoping this very soon. We'll be filming that and you know, seeing if we can get everything lined up, seeing if the computer, oh, there we go. That's what we can do. So every time, hold on, the light's in my way. Every time that comes past there, you can just see it's going to hit that sensor, so the ECU can see 1 full revolution, and it just gives the ECU more data so we can actually work off that and tune from that. And as you can see, all the other wires have been gutted out, and it's just using that one pickup there. But like I said, this is only a single pickup, so we can use this in this particular application. So look, hope you're enjoying this build. There's lots more videos to come. And yeah, as always, don't forget, links up here, links down below. But most importantly, don't forget, get your hands dirty. See you for the next one. Sorted.